Okay, I thought I'd do a little comparison video here between a GoalZero Boulder 100 briefcase and a new Renogy 100 watt monocrystalline panel that I just got on Amazon. This one I take along with me, portable for my different GoalZero power packs. The Renogy is going to end up on my truck camper, probably with another one at some point. But I was curious to see $300 panel, 100 watts versus a $103 panel, 100 watts, how much difference there was here. I'm going to be powering the GoalZero charger with kind of a homemade cable here. I made a set of MC4 to Anderson power pole adapters, and then I've got this little power pole to 8mm GoalZero adapter that I made up. So I'll power that up. I'm going to use a Yeti 400 Lithium for this test. Not sure how well you can see this, but starting the test off with a 100% charged Yeti 400 Lithium power pack here. To make this test work, I'm going to run the inverter with this little, it's about an 80 watt or 150 watt charger here, or a heater. Alright, this is going to be tough to see, but right now running that little heater, which is only an 80 watt heater, I've got it on the inverter here, and the GoalZero Yeti is saying 171 watts output. That's the inefficiency of the inverter and the load that's on there. So right now we've got 0 watts input and 170 watts of load, 100% charged. So right now I'm plugging in the GoalZero 100 watt briefcase panel, and it's slowly climbing up here in watts. I've got both panels positioned at the same angle. They're the angle that the GoalZero is just fixed at with the legs that fold out. I just matched it. I'll show you it. Just matched it here with a 2x4, so they're pretty much parallel to each other, facing the afternoon sun somewhat. So right now that GoalZero is saying 67 watts. I'm gonna go ahead and pull my other connector over here. So this is the Renogy panel. So I'm gonna take that out, plug in the Renogy panel. We'll see what the watts go up to here. So we were at 67 with the GoalZero. Climbing up here with the Renogy up to 47, 50. Still climbing, 64, 64. So that's about 64. I'm going to go ahead and stop this and make sure they're very parallel. Alright, so we're running the Renogy at 64 watts. Now we'll go back to the GoalZero. Climbing back up. I don't know if there's a good way to get that display on the camera here, but it slowly climbs up. It's 43, 45, still drawing about the same load, 180 watts right now. We're up to 65 watts. So again, 65 here with the GoalZero Briefcase 100, 66 watts. We'll go back to the $100 Renogy panel. Climbing back up. Takes a little while on this display for it to ramp up when you plug a panel in. Maybe a couple minutes. So we're at 63, 62. So you know it's pretty clear out today, but the clouds they're kind of thin up there. So we're essentially getting the same power. We're 63 watts right now out of the Renogy. We were anywhere from 64 to 66 as we go back and forth between these two. So really, you're getting the kickstand and the really nice wire when you buy the GoalZero, and it comes with a little bag. The Renogy, you know, it's $103, and I had this little connector lying around. You may be able to buy that from Renogy or from GoalZero. I actually had bought the GoalZero charge controller, and first time I tested it out, I left it out overnight and it rained, and the charge controller is not weatherproof, so it was charging a deep cycle marine battery and shorted out internally, so I salvaged these connectors off it. But for a $50 pulse width modulated charge controller, I was pretty disappointed. You can buy a Renogy or a cheap charge controller to do the same thing for, you know, $10 on eBay or Amazon. So anyway, be aware if you buy one of those Renogy charge controllers for your RV batteries that they do need to be inside or undercover. Alright, I added a third panel here to the set. So on your left is the GoalZero Boulder 100. In the middle is the new $103 or so Renogy. They call it their slim panel. And here's one that I made up a few years ago out of 2 old 50-watt Kyocera panels. It was kind of my early version of a briefcase. Just a little screen door handle on there. Usually I charge lead acid batteries, so I've got a charge controller on there, but for this test I've just bypassed it. So the positive wires are just together. And there's a piano hinge, you can see, riveted down the length of it. So that's picked up these panels for free, and they're 50 watts a piece, 100 watts total, paralleled together here. So right now, going with those, I've got 71 watts coming in. I'm going to switch here between those different sets of Anderson power poles. So 71 watts in. Tricky to do one-handed. So we'll go to the Renogy now. So we're going to go, we found the Renogy and the GoalZero to be about the same. So really I'm just going to compare the Renogy and the Kyoceras. See how those were. So we were getting 71 watts from the Kyoceras. We're at 66 watts, 65 watts with the Renogy. 66, settled right in at 66. We'll go back to these Kyoceras. These are about 20 years old, I would say, this set of panels. Actually, 1992. They're 27 years old. So they're pretty old panels compared to these other ones that are all within a year old or brand new. So we had up to 71 watts before, only 65 with the Renogy. And yeah, we're already back up to 71 watts with the Kyocera. So I'd say out of all three of these, the Kyocera is doing the absolute best. Let's see if I can reach the... Alright, we'll just move this over. And we'll go back one more time to the GoalZero. See if we can get anywhere near 71 watts with the GoalZero. Could be slightly different placement, but all three panels are really pretty much parallel and pointed in the same direction. And we're coming up here. 64, 66, 66. So yeah, the GoalZero and the Renogy really match up very well, and the 25-year-old Kyoceras are the ticket here. And they were, I don't know, might have $50 in that set.